Everybody!
Hey there!
Hi!
Wow, this is a big group.
So great. I love seeing all
Thanks
of
for having us.
I know.
everybody. Awesome. All right. Well, hi everyone. Welcome to episode 41 of the MasterMinds. Today's episode is quite special because it's all female creator team empowering Brendan.
Goodbye. I'm leaving. Take care.
And here with us is Escape Notice Game.
Yay!
Thanks for having us.
Almost all of Escape Notice games. I think we're
Missing one member, yeah. Well, let's quickly get the raffle out of the way because we're gonna have a long intro.
Yep.
So who wants to win a pair of tickets to the hottest show in town? For the creators of Seize the Show.
Seize the Show. That's
Take
right.
any of your favorite shows, including one that's playing right now, called Ignite at the gas fees.
Mm-hmm.
And then also make sure to take advantage of their 10% discount by using the code ESCAPE20, and that is gonna be available to be used on the Night at Gas Fees show.
Right.
So, all right, who's ready to go?
I'm ready. Wait, hold on. Here we go.
Have a
Ready?
drum.
And
Virtual drum.
let's go.
Okay.
Hey, I'm ready.
Mary Johnson.
Mary Johnson.
Mary
Johnson. Congratulations, Marie.
Awesome.
So, who are you taking as your plus one? Me?
No, obviously not. All right, and then for the next 48 hours, Escape Notice Games is generally offering our audience a 10% discount code as well on their game, using the code ESCAPETHEROOMers10.
ESCAPETHEROOMers 10% off.
All
That's
right.
right.
Cool. So that's on the screen. Today we have 5 out of the 6 co-founders of Escape Notice Games with us. We'll do something a little bit different this time because the intro will be way long if you're reading it through all 5. So we're going to introduce one individual each, and then we'll let the audience know a little bit about you, and then you can say like, "Hi, it's me," and then you can tell us one of your favorite games that you've ever played. It could be like an online game, a table game, app game, video game, escape room, whatever you choose.
Yeah. Before we do that, Angela noticed something, and it was planned. We're all wearing black. I just realized that.
You know
We
what?
coordinated.
All the cool kids. All the cool kids.
Yeah. Or the COVID.
Yeah.
Trying to hide one of those.
All right. So first up, we have Audrey. Audrey is a junior at the University of Virginia, majoring in American Studies and French. Having honed her communication and project management skills as a leader for her a cappella group and sorority, Audrey was ready for the complexity and fast pace of a COVID startup. Her involvement in the game business also builds on her passion for making education fun, which she developed working for Explanation Kids. After college, Audrey plans to teach English abroad before pursuing a higher degree in international justice. Her hero is Amal Clooney, whose work in international law and human rights have proved inspiring. So Audrey, raise your hand.
Hi.
Hi. What is one of your favorite games? Like she said, it could be any type of game.
By far, Clue. Clue is my absolute favorite board game. I have it actually here with me. This is a coincidence, but
Do you keep it on hand? Like ready?
Every day.
That's great. Just FYI, the movie's coming out, the remake.
I'm very excited.
For the Clue, diehard Clue
I didn't know
fans
about
out there.
Cool.
And next up,
We gotta hear Audrey sing later.
yeah,
That's a request.
we'll try to get her on the spot.
Next up is Isabelle. Isabelle is a financial analyst who spends her days solving problems and equations that are not quite as exciting as those found in escape rooms. She graduated from Brown University this year, online thanks to pandemic, and lives in New York City. Here you are. Where we spend our free time long distance running, reading, killing house plants, and drinking craft beer. Once she masters her health plants, she may adapt a goldfish. So, Isabelle, what is your favorite game?
Well, Isabelle, raise your hand. Well, she's about to talk anyway,
Yeah.
so.
I played this game last week. It was so much fun. It's called Betrayal at the House on the Hill. It's a board game where you discover a haunted house with your co-players. So very fun.
Oh, wow.
So, was it an online game or a board game?
No, it's a board game.
Board game.
Did you play that online? No, you actually were playing it.
No, we played it. We played in person, kind of 6 feet apart.
Throw you a piece.
Like, here, let me pass you this card.
Yeah.
Exactly. Slide it down the table.
So up next, we have Kate. Kate is a graphic artist and circus pattern designer. She takes inspiration from decades of travel to create images that tell stories and share memories. Her background in both interior design and photography informs her unique use of color, texture, and pattern. With her 2 sons grown and flown, she now splits her time between Boston and Miami. She and her husband share their home with 2 slobbery yet loving Old English bulldogs named Oscar and Lola. Pictures available upon request. Yeah, I'm requesting now. Kate, if your dogs are with you, we definitely request to see them if they're there. If not, we can always get that later. But Kate, what is one of your favorite games?
Hands down, Catan. Hands down. Catan. It's a family thing. Caused a lot of fights. We almost had to stop playing during COVID. Nobody wants her sheep. So anyway, hands down, Catan. No question.
Yeah, I mean, we play with our friends, and then sometimes we have to, take a break from each other after playing.
Yeah, we had a couple of family fights for sure.
Yeah, it's like let's take 5 minutes. Let's break for a second. And
Okay, and now we have Sophia. Sophia is a sophomore studying international relationships and Spanish at Tufts University. She loves work that supports her local community, whether that being helping El Salvadorians in Medford, MA, passing their citizenship tests, or interning for the Community Foundation, ACT for Alexandria. Developing a game that brings people together and lets her express her love for escape rooms seems like a no-brainer this summer. She spends her free time exploring art museums, reading, and daydreaming for post-pandemic travels, like us.
Yeah,
all the day. Passports in hand and vaccine in arm, she'll soon be off to Stockholm and Madrid for her junior year of college studies.
Ooh, jealous, yeah.
And what is one of your favorite games?
I'd have to say one of my favorite games is Chronology. We played a lot as a family. You kind of have to, like different historical events, you kind of have to figure out on your timeline where they go. Much more challenging than you would think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I don't think we played that one yet.
Yeah, and last but not least, we have Lisa. Lisa's career experience in New York City ad world plus consuming marketing learning acquired with Coca-Cola USA in Atlanta set her on a path to explore the emerging consumer internet as co-founder and CEO of Digital Marketing Services, an AOL research and marketing company. Lisa then balanced a growing family with angel investing and pro bono tech development, consulting for education. She has since built a small consulting business that allowed her to pack up the kids and split her time between Boulder and Barcelona for many years. Barcelona, love Barcelona.
Yeah.
Now back in the DC area in time for the pandemic, she has focused on helping families stay safe and have fun together by helping to launch Escape Notice Games for home play and a drive-in movie program for the city of Alexandria. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we love driving movie theaters.
Yeah.
So when will we expect that to open in Alexandria? And also, what is one of your favorite games? Oh
wow. So here, you know what?
I think I scared her off with the...
Well, I do know that the drive-in did already open. So Sophia, was it their 5th movie or something? 6th movie?
Yeah, I think it actually ended, but yes.
There we go, Lisa.
Sorry, I'm having lots of technical troubles today. I'm on a phone because I couldn't get Google to load. But so my favorite board game, I'm going to go with the classic Monopoly. So sorry, but I have to say we've also got a favorite between all of us on this chat of best escape room we've ever done was in Madrid, Spain. Most crazy fun you can have on a hot afternoon. It was awesome.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I feel like
give him a shout out.
Fox in the Box.
Oh yeah, Fox in the Box is classic. Just FYI, I believe there's some keystrokes that are being heard. I think someone said, just in case.
Like one of the microphones has a little staticky. I'm not really sure.
Or it's close to the keyboard. Just FYI. Yeah.
Do you guys hear it, or?
I hear some clicking. I'm not sure.
It might be. I'm not typing.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of static on my connection.
Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe, you know what we can do is we can mute hers, and then when she's talking, we can put her back on. This way, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
And this way, we maybe it would
There you go.
decrease it a bit. Okay.
Oh, great. Okay, so let's start with our First, well, actually, we know you have a 6-member Charlotte, so who can't attend today, but we did want to give her a shout out as well. And Charlotte is a high school sophomore who brought her excellent mathematical, artistic, and puzzle mastermind skills to game design. Her exceptional focus and patience has proved valuable in game production and organization. She's a huge manga fan and sometimes spotter. Away from high school studies, she can be found on the basketball or volleyball court, but prefers snowboarding in the Colorado Rockies, which is probably why she's not here with us today. She's probably doing any one of those activities. Charlotte is the perfect human companion to the amazing Frankie the dog.
Ooh.
Okay, let's start with our first question for you ladies.
Yeah. Well, now that we have an overview of these talented ladies, we want to know, how did you guys meet each other, and like, how did you even decide to create this game together?
Well, I've known them all since they were born. I gotta say, I'm an aunt.
Okay.
They were my nieces, and you guys can talk about. You guys were much more in person creating the game than I was. I was remote, pre-COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, so we actually started when Lisa was trying to think of something fun to do for Charlotte and Owen's birthday. And so she like found this random kind of escape room type mystery off of Etsy. And we were playing it and we realized that it just like was not that great. And so we were kind of like laughing over dinner. We were like, well, we could do this. And so from there, Lisa had like a great plan. And it kind of just took off. And it was kind of like, you know, it's a casual conversation. And then our Aunt Lisa really just turned it into a real product, and now I got to work on it. Super fun.
All right.
So wait, Lisa is the aunt, and also
Lisa and I are sisters.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, okay.
Those are not my children. I have boys. I have gamers. Kind of fact. Big gamers.
Oh, big family. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the second question is, you also seem to be located in different places. I think someone said Florida before. So with the pandemic, was it difficult to create games like this? Like, were you doing all the calls like over Zoom? And how do you play test the puzzles?
Lisa, you want to speak to that?
Sure. We were actually together for part of the summer, except for Kate. So we were our own little pod, and that's how we ended up starting with this game idea. We had not a lot to do, like most people, as of March 14th. So we decided as summer came around, we were playing a lot of games, all the ones you just heard described, and we're looking for more kind of fun things to do, and for families to do together, that, as my sister Kate said, aren't maybe so competitive as Catan, so that you can still speak at the dinner table. So we put our love of escape rooms to use and came up with this idea for a new business startup.
Great. Kate, where are you located? Sounds
And
like
Kate
you're
was the only one in a different geography at the time.
Yes, and we have done some Zoom calls, especially in the development of the second game and what we're all spread out. But I'm actually currently in Miami in Coconut Grove.
Yeah.
But I live in Boston primarily. But now that my kids are gone, I can be wherever I want.
Sounds great.
And I'm assuming that you guys are like the entire team, right? Or do you have other people that's helping out with things too?
Lisa, yeah, there are plenty, I think. So I think there are lots of people that help with kind of the marketing pieces and the social media and printer, people that we're helping with production in terms of, it's very intensive to put the games together. There are a lot of moving pieces. And just double checking, to your point about testing the game, we created, and during that, we found out that some of the locks had the wrong combination, things like that. So, so obviously there's a lot of people that need to check every piece as they go out the door to make sure that everything's accurate. So it takes a village.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I think Lisa's still having connection issues, but I'm going to leave this in here for now.
Yeah,
Oh, there she is.
I just got really tough connection problems. I apologize.
No worries. So how did you come up with the concept of Stolen at
So
Sea?
sorry.
Which we love, by the way, because we're huge fans of cruising, and it just made us feel like we were away on a ship, and then something happened, this mystery we had to solve. It's one of those things that just kind of put us in the driver's seat. And
who's the cruise fan here?
It's all Lisa.
No, no.
She approached us with the original idea and we were having that kind of conversation. She kind of brought this up. She was like, how cool, imagine if it was a 1920s Royal Line ship. And I'm a huge fan of history, and we all are. That's definitely a family thing. And we always thought it was the coolest idea, and so we kind of like ran with it from there.
And we just thought it was important to have. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you go.
I was going to say, I think it was important for everyone to have a historical element, and the second game is also going to be based on kind of George Washington's era, things like that. So I think the history is, to Audrey's point, is a big part of it for all of us.
Yeah, and I would say on the props, we kind of went out of our way to make them historical based and some component, like it's not just a telegram and that you'll find in the box, it's a Marconi-gram. Yeah, the books, the people, we spent a lot of time kind of playing around with the details of it to make it more fun and make it more interactive, even though you're at home and not in an actual escape room facility.
Yeah. I think definitely from receiving the package, we were already like impressed, with the nice touch of the red bow tie and, the black box you open, and then all the props in there are like very, great quality.
Expert bow tire.
That's
Lisa.
Lisa.
I am so
I don't know how to tie that.
Figure out what's going on in the building.
She's been tying bows like that her whole life.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Lisa. They've been talking you up this whole time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Great.
That's great. And then we really enjoy the attention to detail and the authenticity of the props that you use in the game. Being that it's on a cruise, you actually made the whole program, the photos of the ship, the characters. Is there a person who's like in charge of graphics and then puzzle and then sourcing props, the distribution? Like, is it like individually have a job, or are you combined together?
I think Audrey and Sophia are the prop masters, I'd have to say, having done an awful lot of research on the internet about what it's like to be on a ship in 1923. Mm-hmm. And I'm probably more a little bit the production person once they came up with something gorgeous to figure out how we were going to make it. We also have great graphics from Kate Patterson. So she's the other one who's helped us, and especially as we're going into the second game, but helped a great deal with getting everything looking really sharp.
Okay, so everyone did their duty. Everyone's had their own little specialty. That's awesome.
Yeah, sounds like a combined effort from a lot of different channels.
Operations, so figuring out, because she's that financial analyst, she did great on all of our competitive analysis and what should pricing be and where do we get our packaging, and so everybody kind of raised their hand for different activities along the way.
Right, great. Yeah.
Funny startup stories. I was doing some of the graphics, and at one point there's an ID card, because I'm not spoiling anything. And I needed a picture of, old looking. I didn't have the IG other people's pictures, so I made my husband dress up, and then I ate the photo.
There's an Easter egg right there. We have an Easter egg. There's actually a husband in here somewhere.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. It looks very, very authentic.
I don't know which one.
We're gonna have to replay the game now.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, one thing I do wish that we were able to do. So I know there's two ways to play it. You can actually play it like an escape room and hide this stuff around, and then physically add the physical element of it. We did it more tabletop and just sat down and started opening the box and playing. I would love to try the other way, like if we had friends over, when we can have friends over, and see what that experience would be like. That's something.
I think it was mostly meant for if people really wanted to do it for parties. It just makes it a little more interactive. It's obviously not a game for little kids, right. but even kind of relatively smart 13, 12, and 13-year-olds can do just fine, and so it's kind of fun for them to have the party angle, and there are a bunch of props as well that you can kind of buy additionally that help with a party theme. But otherwise, we did a tabletop too when we were doing beta.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of cruising, like I said before, we're huge fans of cruises. I think like if you're looking at the level tiers, it's kind of like sad because usually when we go to those invited events for like VIP guests, because they've been cruising forever, it's just us, and then there are like all these 70-year-olds, and they're like, yeah, we're platinum as well, and it's just like, you're in the right place.
Yeah, you're not old enough to be, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we can't wait to go back on the ocean.
Yeah,
it's that tranquility-ness of like looking into the ocean and the blue, and it's just beautiful.
So actually, I just drove by the other day on Saturday. All the cruise ships are in on Saturday, so they're operating.
They're ready to go.
All right. Yeah. I just love waking up in a different country every single day.
That's fun.
That is fun.
Like, that's another advantage is this game, because you don't need internet, so you can actually bring it onto the ship and play it on the ship.
Yeah.
I think and Audrey and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but that was a big part, which is that we wanted, there were all of these options to use your iPhone for this and to look up that and even, just any element whatsoever. And we thought, gosh, if you're in your basement where you don't get it or, wherever it is, let's make this purely,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, and it definitely you're able to play through with a nice flow of gameplay and without the internet, which we haven't done in a while because there's been a lot of usage of both. But this was a nice change of just like putting the phones aside and just the game.
I like that.
Yeah.
So for anyone who wants to try Stolen and Seek for free, they're generously offering a puzzle box to a winner in the lower 48 states of the United States. So just type in, my puzzles will go on and on and on.
Should I sing it for them?
Well, we have a singer. Are you sure?
yeah.
You're going to embarrass
Audrey.
If I sing, everyone's going to leave, so I'm not going to sing.
To answer for the raffle, so just in case.
Yeah, sorry for the cheesy
Celine
Dion reference, but
well, there you go. All right, so moving on to the next question.
yeah. So, are there any funny stories? I'm sure there are, but are there any funny stories or experiences that you had while creating this game that you can share with us?
And we were all like, what do we say?
It's like there's so many to choose from. Which one?
Certainly, dragging my family into the prop making on my end was kind of fun. I had to dress my husband to find him an old hat and everything else. So those kinds of things were fun. And we did also use some of our pets and other family members' names as some of the mixed up with other names just for fun.
More Easter eggs. All right, love it.
That's kind of fun.
I feel like the first time I played it through, it went through several iterations and it was so difficult. I thought that I was really dumb, and then we sent it to a couple more people who also had a really challenging time with it, and then that made me feel a lot better. I was worried for a second.
So that was actually a big issue. Yeah, it was a big issue. We had people that when we to beta test that didn't get past step 1, so it was like, okay, let's back up and. So you're right, Isabelle, went through a lot of iterations for sure.
I feel like some of my favorite moments were just me and Sophia and Lisa in a small room on our 4th cup of coffee trying to figure out minute plot points, because I think I'm super obsessed with the characterization and all the different what is the backstory of this character. And I feel like Sophia at hour 7 she would be like, Audrey, it doesn't matter if it's romance, we don't need a romance. So I think just kind of when we had all started to lose it by the end of the day, probably all those kind of silly moments.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of really long days, but
and a lot of coffee from what I'm hearing. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so Stolen Sea had a very smooth gameplay. I feel like the rules and how we find clues, use them was quite familiar to us because it's very similar to escape rooms, and we come from playing stars before playing tabletops.
Yeah.
So you use majority of the items only once, and the key code is also once. So that was a nice touch to kind of connect us back to escape rooms. Each puzzle will lead to a digit, which clearly stays in the rule book, and then that would open the luggage bag, and or any of you, the creators, escape room fans, I'm sure. And is this sort of like the puzzle design process?
And that's exactly kind of what we were thinking going through it. It's kind of something we've all done as a family. We've all played we've all done escape rooms.
All over the world. We did
literally all over the world. In London and Madrid and places in the US. Yeah. So
I would say we're oddly into escape rooms.
Really.
Family thing.
Love it. And then I think Alexandria. Who lives in Alexandria?
Lisa.
I'm the one here right now, and when Sophia, Audrey, and Isabelle are visiting their parents, they're also in Alexandria.
Oh wow! We just played games in Alexandria.
Yeah, we just went.
We just did our
in-person tour.
Yeah, we did our Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania tour, and Alexandria has some great rooms. Escape Quest.
You go to the ones on King Street. These guys have done them all.
Oh,
wow.
Awesome.
Angela had a question.
Yeah, we have a question from Angela. She wants to know, did someone make the bags? I'm assuming she's talking about these luggage bags.
Yeah,
everything there's made by the game you see.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they actually, I mean, they are
Right.
sourced,
How much is
obviously,
the
right? But you didn't actually.
Yeah, there's
I was going to say. And then the next question we have for you is the replayability of the game was done really well. Not a question, but I'm just commenting. It was done really well. And they've laminated the pages and there's markers, which could be easily erased and put back together with your repacking instructions. Thank you for that. Is there also, is this also a major design element that you wanted to have for your game? And will it be for the other games that you come out with?
Yeah, I think definitely the replayability is something we want to have for all of them. And in the box, it has where you can put your time, how fast you solve the puzzle. So our idea was you could buy it, play it with your friends and family, and then give it to someone else to play and see if they can beat your time. So, ideally, it's not just a one use and not something you throw away right after.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the quality is great. It doesn't, it feels like this can be played over and over and over again, passed on to friends and family.
Yeah, because they have the little thing here, and I thought that was pretty cool. Initially, I didn't know what it's for, but it's like
the leaderboard.
You make your own games.
Built into the
yeah, exactly.
Pass it down to the
I think
family.
it's the first time we've seen a leaderboard built into the box. Because usually, if you're playing something that has to be online, also it's already logged for you, but you have it right there for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Leaderboard.
Yeah, we were really inspired by in-person escape rooms where everything is whiteboard and it is so obviously reusable. And we kind of wanted to mimic that, so it wasn't just one-time purchase that has to get thrown away. And now it's a great thing because you buy it for yourself, you can justify it as buying it and re-gifting it for Christmas maybe or for a friend's birthday, just for a present for yourself. So
as long as you can find that bow tire though.
Oh yeah.
To put it back, because that wasn't in the reset.
That's not in the repacking instructions. How to tie this bow perfectly the way you receive it.
Yeah.
One of my friends bought one, and I've been watching on Facebook. It's gone to about 10 different families already.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Up in
That's
Boston.
so cool, because if they're in different places in the world, you can kind of see your game travel.
Yeah, we should put some kind of tracker in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lisa, we were just commenting your bow tying skills and
Thank you.
complimenting you on that.
And you need to do a YouTube instruction on how to do that.
Yeah, just put a QR code in the box so you can scan. How do I tie this? It was as nice as I received it.
And I know you currently only ship to the lower 48, but will you be considering international shipping in the future?
Yeah, I think so. The problem is always just cost. The shipping costs keep going up for everybody, so I'm sure we're not the only ones in that situation.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And we actually think the puzzles were, for us, for enthusiasts who played, we didn't really think it was that difficult. But then knowing that you already said that before that you tried, I was like, oh, it's probably different for everyone. But because I feel like it was very connected to Escape Room, it was
kind of right up our alley.
Really went.
Yeah.
And you all also love the lock opening aspect of the game, which is
it's lately we've been able to touch locks and open stuff.
So great.
You guys also based on the idea of going room to room in an escape room. You're out of this room and into the next room.
Yeah, and putting up gates, not allowing us to get to the next thing unless we solve this.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about a next game that in the works. What is that? Is it going to be a little more challenging? What kind of theme?
Lisa? Is she frozen? So basically, it's a very
Yeah, she's smiling.
So the
and I think we learned so much in this one.
She's over there. Okay. That's interesting.
Oh, there she is. She's in the middle now.
Oh, but then she froze when she's talking. So let's.
Oh,
go ahead. She'll probably just come back in again.
So basically, it's a similar idea. This one's going to be based in kind of George Washington's era, and it's based loosely on a real spy ring that George Washington used to help kind of spy on the British. So it's called Spies of Liberty.
Spies of Liberty.
Yeah, and so it's similar in terms of feel, and we're trying to make the props really tactile and cool. And the puzzles, I think we've learned so much about what people can and can't do. And to Isabel's point earlier, the early games were way too hard, and so it was a big. Actually, we're good at them, and there's such a range. So it was really hard to gauge where that should be, and that's why there's some clues included. But we try to keep it challenging for sure.
Yeah, I think I saw it's already on your website, right? Is there an ETA when that's coming out?
I believe it's when we send out. I think June or July, but I'm not positive.
Pretty quick.
This year, okay.
Yeah.
In time for summer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was gonna say you guys have like a really powerful team today with like 5 people, but then people keep popping in and out, so I don't know how many people you'll have for this game. It's like popcorn. It's like,
Exactly.
I think Lisa came in just in time for for one of the most important parts of our interview.
yeah. Well, anyway, does Lisa have anything to add to this new game? I just want to make sure we didn't miss it.
We were talking about the new game.
Yeah, with this whole Culper spy ring, I think it just interested us. It also fits with our geography. There's a huge tall ship right in front of our offices here that you can't miss when you're going for a walk. So I think we're just kind of, I don't know what everyone else said, but kind of inspired by, the story in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And a few trips to the International Spy Museum downtown didn't hurt.
Yeah, we that's one of the places we wanted to check out before the.
We don't check out anywhere except for escape rooms whenever we go to places.
Really cool.
At first, I thought it was an escape room because I walked by. I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And I took a picture and I sent it to her. I was like, "We got to check out this escape room."
Now we have to go.
And it wasn't even an escape
It's kind of
room.
cool looking.
Yeah.
The ultimate escape room.
Yeah. Okay, so hard battle today. You have 5 people against you.
I'm ready.
So, are we ready for think or drink? And in this round, you're
I'm a little scared though. I mean, we have 5 ladies, all very smart.
Where's your drink?
I have it. Don't worry about it.
I was like, are you gonna drink water?
But we're about to play our game, which is going to test your knowledge on your own. See, Lisa left as she ran away. That's okay.
She's like, I know. I know what's coming.
But our game is called
Think or drink.
Take a Drink. All right, ladies, what do you have to drink in front of you? I guess we'll start with Sophia.
I've actually got a cup of coffee here.
Of course.
She spiked her coffee.
And Audrey, it looks like you also had a coffee, I
I
think.
have an iced coffee here.
Iced coffee.
You
Okay,
can
you have-
coffee also, but you guys are college kids.
That's true. Oh my God,
Sophia,
some of
what-
them are not even legal. That's why.
I'm going to go change my drink then.
I've got
Oh, she's
an
an IPA.
IPA.
Yay, Isabelle.
Woo, represent.
Mine is called Chuhai, which it's a grapefruit flavor from Japan.
Bless you.
I've been dying to try this drink, and I'm very excited. So you can get all your answers right, because I'm going to finish this anyways.
All right. So I mean, like whoever gets it right doesn't have to drink, but whoever gets it wrong will have to drink, and you probably have a better chance at this because you have 5 guesses.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we give you a 10-second after we ask the question. Cece's going to start it off.
All right. Our
Here we
first
go.
question is, how much was the dog license?
What?
Who wrote that one? Like in terms of puzzle.
I think it was 5 or 13. Does that feel right?
I want to say 5.
I want to say
cents
5.
for
Oh, you
sure.
were 5. It must have been.
I think it's 5.
So let's start.
5
We'll go
cents.
around. We'll start with Sophia. What is your answer?
I think it's 5 cents.
Okay. First of all, the cents were not really used back then, unless you're converting this now. But I can't.
Okay.
Audrey,
That's just a hint.
what is your answer?
I also was going to say 5 cents.
Okay, and Kate?
Well, I was just, since they're saying 5, I'll say 15.
All right, and Sophia? I'm not Sophia. Isabelle.
Isabelle here. Sorry, I'll go 12.
Okay, so it's actually 7
Shillings and 6 pence.
Cheers.
All right, this is going to be more fun than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, not for us. But.
Lisa, if Lisa was here, she probably would have got it right. So we'll just-
Yeah.
All right, so the second question we have for you is, whose table was Countess Edwina Clark sitting at on the seating chart?
Oh.
I'm drinking.
I do.
You only have 3 tables. You can each save one.
I know, but we changed them so many times.
Okay, that's what happened.
Lots of iterations.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to guess?
Well, at one
Table two. Table two.
They were numbered, then they were colored, then they were named.
Names.
We're looking for
no more
names.
numbers. No more
A
colors.
name.
Shoot! Oh my God! Wait, this is
No idea.
All right.
Well, you can use a lifeline. Someone can call Lisa.
Yeah. I got the game in the room. I'm gonna just pull it out.
All right.
Anyway, so
So the table was first officer's table.
Yes. Well, there was captains. First
That is
officers.
exactly the answer.
all right, question number 3.
What was that?
All right. Which port is after Lisbon, and how much is the baggage rate for the stateroom there?
Oh my god.
She's like, I'm gonna go back and redesign this whole game now.
I know. Okay. I made the map. I
Didn't make this game. I know it's not,
Audrey, you made these clues. You literally made these on Canva.
but I made them in July.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop over to my Illustrator file and see if I can find the map.
All right. The location starts with a T. Does that help?
Tripoli.
Can I get the second letter?
Tangiers.
Oh, Andrew's helping.
Oh, we got some help from Angela. She's saying, I think one was 1.65 and one might be 2.30.
She
I
knows
just
the
played
math.
it. We'll give you a hint. Her first guess is closer.
Yeah.
Not correct.
Okay.
So it's a
175.
Go, Angela.
Sophia, you're drinking, and
Okay.
I'm just reading the whole
you're
thing.
gonna drink. Okay.
I'm just gonna chug the whole thing out, right?
What's
So
the answer?
it's Tunis. I always forget how to pronounce it, and it's $1.50.
Okay, I got one of these right.
Yeah, I did make them quite challenging because I thought you have 5 people, but then I was wrong.
Yeah, I think my group might go right back into the fridge.
Yeah.
How much is the charge for the chair rentals for the entire cruise?
The what?
For the entire cruise, how much would the chair rentals cost? Cruise.
$17.
10.
Anybody else guess?
I'm going 12.
Like
12.
2020 rates.
12? Anyone else?
I have no idea.
Okay. Audrey's drinking, and
Angela's way closer on this one though.
oh, she is close. in this
Yeah,
one.
she is
We
very
need Angela. We're gonna call Angela.
Wait, Angela, are we hiring?
very
Yeah,
close.
Angela.
The answer was $3.50.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Not that expensive in
She was close.
1900s.
I think
question-
Angela gets a free game if I don't know, something, free something.
I think you're gonna get the bonus questions, but we have one more for you. Number 5 on the trolley map. What number is next to Clifford's Inn?
Nope.
No.
6.
Nope.
7.
7. Anyone else?
14. Wait, that's not possible. They're one digit.
I think they're all single digits.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
that
whoever
was
said
it.
14 was very close.
Yeah, you should drink for that one.
Yeah, I will drink for that. Because I'm thirsty.
We'll take your pity drink, thank you.
Yes, it was very close, but it's 13.
13.
Okay.
That was close.
All right, so we're not going to time you on the next 2 questions. They're more for I guess more
Trivia
of a trivia
question.
thing.
Not related to your games.
Thank God.
Better.
Has anyone seen the movie Titanic?
Years and years ago.
Yes.
Okay, so our first question. This is her question, and
Yeah.
I'll ask my question.
Okay, where was the Titanic headed?
New York, New York City.
New York City!
All right, Isabelle got it for all of you. So I'm drinking.
I'm just drinking out of habit now.
Good job.
All right, the second question. What was Molly Brown's nickname?
Ooh.
The Unsinkable.
Yes. Okay. We're on a roll now. Now
Yeah.
we should have started with this, and then.
We need to win that.
That was great.
Thank you so much for playing Think or Drink with us. It's always great to.
That was fun. I'll drink to you, Brandon.
That was great. That was a very humbling experience. We have to look over it again.
It's fun, ladies, really.
It's like for our next game, we shall use more Easter eggs. So
I was gonna say
just in case.
Audrey won't be able to answer these questions. Her knowledge is mainly on Clue right now, and Professor Plum and Colonel Mustard and really weird.
Well, anyway, for anyone who came on late to the show, make sure to check out their game Stolen SC. For the next 48 hours, there's 10% discount if you use the code ESCAPETHEROOMers10.
Yeah.
And if you want to try for free, then type in "My puzzles will go on and on and on." Is it like time for the song? Is it finally time?
I think someone has a voice. We are getting requests.
Oh, Audrey.
Near far, baby. Near far. Here we go.
She's like, what am I doing?
Near.
No, sing.
Song. Or
Her
just
eyes got so big for a second. She's like, what?
I'm the new Lisa.
Best friend. All right. So once again, the phrase "My puzzle will go on and on and on."
Make sure there's 3 ons.
I like it.
To enter with the raffle, and make sure you tune in for edited version of the live stream, which will be available a few days after the show. We're pretty much past the halfway point at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, we released the unboxing for Epic Escapes. You can go check it out on our YouTube channel, and we're getting close.
The reason why we're getting close is because you have to collect the letters and numbers in each episode from episode 30 to 50, which will give you a phrase. And then you email us the answer, then you'll be entered into the raffle to win the Epic Escapes 3 games in one box.
Yeah, 3 escape rooms in one box.
That is really fun and pretty awesome because we showed they had physical locks and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like a huge lock box. So check out our unboxing to see what that is. And join us next Friday, March 12th for CU Adventures.
In time and space.
In time and space, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll be solving puzzles on t-shirts.
Ooh.
How cool is that?
Yeah, very cool.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so much for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. We will see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Invasion. Oh, let's go. Locked in, 60 minutes to escape. Think before you move, there's no room for mistakes. If you got what it takes, stop, watch, and listen. Cause the clock is ticking and the plot is sticking. No matter what.